Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. Welcome to Cigars with BOOSH. Today, we're going to find out if we can actually buy a good cigar at a gas station. Alright, so we're walking to our first store here. It's a Shell station. You can see you've got 2 doors and 7 shelves. A totally legit humidor in this gas station. You got some Romeo and Julietas, Avo, you got Rocky Patel Decade, Monte Cristo Platinum, Acid, more Drew Estate, Monte Cristo White, CAO, Perdomo, Cohiba in the tube, Cohiba tins, Macanuno tins, Punch, Partagas, and then these guys even have cigar cutters and some flavored cigars, and you want to stay away from the bottom shelf. Ugh, that's going to make you sick. So we're going to go ahead and get our cigar here. It is a Rocky Patel Decades, and it is $10.99 here in this gas station. So we're going to get that and get on our way. So here we are at our second gas station. It's an Exxon station. We're going to go through the door here and make a left. And lo and behold, what do we see? Another 2-door, 7-shelf humidor with some of the same players. Romeo and Julieta, Perdomo, Acids, Java. Got Punches, Black Market by Drew Estate, Acid tins, Cohiba tins, Macanuno tins, flavored cigars, and stay away from the bottom shelf. Macanuno in the tubes, Partagas in the tubes, Olivia Series V, CAO, and all the way in the back here, check this out. It is La Esplanada by Monte Cristo. I think that's how you say it, I don't know. It's an expensive cigar and it's rare to find it here, and stay away from the bottom shelf. So today what we're going to end up getting is a Drew Estates Black Market Tubo for $9.99. And we are going to end on a picture of the Olivia Series V, which would be the normal go-to, but today we're going to try something different. So here we are back from our little trip out to the gas station, and we have our 2 cigars. We have Rocky Patel Decades and Alec Bradley Black Market in the tube. You can see they're both pretty dark. I don't know if you would consider these a Maduro or not. They are darker than, you know, obviously a Connecticut shade type of cigar. So what I'm going to be doing today is we're going to put Alec Bradley away. Let's get back in there, buddy. And we are going to smoke the Decade as we drink a beer. And if you want to know about this beer, I've got another video that I'm doing a review on, and you can go to my YouTube page and check out the review of this beer. It's called Henny Pen. It's a Saison. It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. It's a pretty interesting beer. So we're going to go ahead and cut this, and I personally always like to use a V-cut. Don't ask me why. Personal preference. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, only a cigar smoker could enjoy what a perfect cut that was. I couldn't do that again if my life depended on it. All right, we're going to light it up here. Using matches today, but sometimes I use Zippo lighter. Sometimes I use, you know, $100 bills, you know, whatever strikes my fancy. Let's see here what we can do. You'll notice it's box pressed, right? So that just means if you don't smoke cigars on a regular basis, that just means they put it in a box and put a bunch of weight on it and press it into a square instead of a circle, or a tube. Sorry. So they take the round cigar, put them all in a box in a die basically, and then press it down and use a lot of weight, and it becomes square. I'm not really a Scotch and cigar guy or bourbon cigar. I'm a bourbon guy, but not really a bourbon and cigar guy. I like beer, just like the Tom T. Hall song. We're pairing this with a Saison. The beer basically counteracts the cigar, so the cigar doesn't taste nearly as big and as bitter as it could by itself. I'll tell you, this cigar is pretty strong. A little bit stronger than I would like personally. Peppery on the back end of your mouth, on the back end of your tongue, and a really, really strong aftertaste. It's not going to be, this isn't for kind of like the faint of heart, but I will say this, again, for a gas station cigar, you know, you're going to find a lot worse and a lot better places. All right, so here we are with our second cigar for our gas station cigar video, and it is Alec Bradley Black Market. This tube, you can see, fairly dark. It's got these, I don't know why they put these wrappers on here, but anyways, it's there. And then the band is so far down, so we're just gonna pull that off too, because it's in the middle of the cigar, and we're gonna smoke it way past that for sure. And today we're actually smoking this cigar while drinking a delicious red stripe. If you can, we'll get a little preview there. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a cut. And it'd help if I had it turned around the right way. Let's go. Oh, check it out. I'm like 2 for 2 on these things. Again, look at that. It's beautiful. So, as I smell it, it's kind of got that barnyard smell some cigars will have, kind of like a horse almost. I don't know. Usually, that's not a good sign for me personally, but I've smoked this cigar a couple times and I found it quite enjoyable. So, let's go ahead and light it up. Well, all right. Decent start to the cigar, and we'll go from there. So right off the bat, I'd have to say that it's a good, clean, and strong smoke. Now, not as strong as a Rocky Patel, and it's more to medium, on the upper end of medium, I'd say. And again, a pretty flavorful taste on the mouth. It almost like it's weird, almost like vegetables, like steamed vegetables. But obviously, it's a cigar flavor, but that's kind of like the hint I'm getting. I'm not getting like pepper or anything like that. But like, it's a weird steamed vegetable-y sound. Now, it's not gross, and I hate steamed vegetables, so it's just, I don't know. That's kind of what's coming to me now. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what I'm tasting. All right, well, I'm going to sit back and enjoy this for a little while, and then we'll come back later and see how we're doing with the ash and the smoke. So as you can see, we're quickly running out of daylight, but I wanted to show you the ash here. Look at how great that is. Look, it's nice and clean, pretty white. You can see a little break there, but a nice clean ash. We'll finish up with this later on tonight, and hopefully everything will work out good. But it's looking good, it's smoking good. It's with when you mix it with a beer, the red stripe is actually not heavy enough to really get in the way with a cigar, and the cigar is not really heavy enough to get in the way of the red stripe. So it's almost like a perfect combination here. And red stripes, I mean, if you can see on my table here, if you can see it. I mean, red stripe's kind of my go-to beer. It's just delicious. I'm not one for pairing cigars to food or beer to food. That ain't me. But cigars to beer, yeah, pretty much. I'll pair those all day long. So there you have it. The answer is yes, you can find good cigars at a gas station. Now, if you're a regular at a gas station and the owners are constantly there running the place, talk to them. They might be willing to carry cigars if you tell them there's an interest there. You never know how many other people might be interested also in buying those cigars, but the owner just doesn't know. Those two gas stations, obviously, they have nicer gas stations. So, as I said before, the nicer gas stations will carry nicer cigars. They're going to carry better beer too. The owners that really care about the quality of the products that go into their liquor store will have nicer things. So go check out the cooler. Go check out to see if they have some craft beer that maybe you didn't know they had. Check out their cigar selection. Also, don't discount the little plastic countertop. I'm not going to call it a humidor. I'm just going to call it a cigar holder, because that's what it is. Don't discount that. And you'll find those typically in gas stations and liquor stores right there at checkout. Kind of an impulse buy. Most of those cigars in there are going to be dregs. But every once in a while, you'll find a gem in there. Whenever I walk into a liquor store or a gas station, I look through that cigar holder, if they have one. I'll look through it. And I found a Monte Cristo Lonsdale in one of those things. It was a great cigar. And I couldn't believe it. And that was at a liquor store. It wasn't at a gas station, but still, 6 of 1. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for cigars I should do a review on, let me know. If you have any suggestions for other places that you might be able to find good craft beer or cigars, let me know down in the comments. Thanks a lot. L'chaim.